Today we're going to talk about the worst of the toxic team killers, contempt.
So first, what is contempt? Contempt is when you start to think you're better than somebody else or they're not even worth your time. It's that internal feeling of being both anger and disgust.
We've all felt contempt, and we've all been on the receiving end of contempt, and it's not fun. And it happens all the time in business meetings.
You know, those situations where people start to roll their eyes or they kind of look over at somebody else and go, oh, there they go again. Or, there's that sarcasm or demeaning tone that comes up. Now, the problem with that, when that goes unaddressed, people notice. And then they say, I do not want to be on the receiving end of that. And discussion stops, the free flow of ideas and dialogue stops. There's no creativity anymore because people are managing their behaviors.
So let's give you an example. We were working with an executive team, and one of the team members brought up a concern about a decision that they had made previously. And the CEO piped in with, well, you didn't have a gun to your head when you decided. So it was silent. We intervened and said, okay, time out. We want to check in. The CEO wasn't very aware of his contemptuous behavior. But when we unpacked it, what he revealed is, hey, I'm stressed out with the team in general. There's not a sense of urgency on these projects. And when we got to the real issue, then the team could do something different about it.
So often what's happening on the inside when you're feeling contempt is there are these unmet expectations you have. Something has occurred and you're not dealing with that. And instead it's coming out in some sort of outward behavior of disgust or anger.
Now imagine if contempt was actually addressed on your team rather than ignored. Imagine how more relaxed people would be and engaged.
So first, we want to give you an antidote. When you're the person who's feeling contempt, that's a red flag. It's really important to pay attention. And then pay attention to what was I expecting? What's really going on here? Instead of just going into the next behavioral piece and acting out.
And if you're on the receiving end of contempt, don't just let it go because you're teaching people how to treat you. So you really want to mark it like, ouch, something to say that landed, and also redirect, like how can we get back on track in a positive way?
So we bring this up and we think of contempt as the worst of team killers because, for one thing, it's really horrible for human beings in general, much less on a team when it shows up.
Even if you've got positional power or you're the smartest person in the room or think you are, that you're not a better human being. So learning how to treat people well all across the board is going to help you and your team.
So thanks for joining us. And if you want to know what the next toxic team killer is, join us next week when we'll be talking about defensiveness.